What's up, everyone? This is Tatum. I'm back with another episode of Fuck This Review, where today I'm continuing my Black Sabbath journey. If you follow me and a subscriber, which if you aren't, shame on you. This is my second Black Sabbath review. The last one I did was Paranoid. Today I decided I'm going to be reviewing Black Sabbath, Master of Reality. Wow. Uh, First thoughts just off the bat. The drummer in Black Sabbath, I know the fans are gonna kill me. Is his name Tony something? I don't know. He's my favorite part of this whole album. The percussions on this album are so freaking crazy. It's like, oh shit, how did he, like, the pockets he was finding and the switches, and give credit to the whole band, but the pockets that were being found and the switches that were going on in between songs and in songs themselves, I that messed me up. Like, that really messed me up. So that's just my first thought. Second thought is that I really did enjoy this album. It's short, 8 songs, 2 of them are instrumentals, and I don't know. These type of albums make me wonder what it's like to live in the era when the album came out. It was the third album. The album came out in July 21st, 1971. So we're fresh out of the 60s. I'm trying to picture what's going on out of the war. I'm just trying to see what was the environment like when this dropped, because I want to know how the fans interpret this and how the fans feel about it, especially Black Sabbath fans, because there's like stuff on here that I'll get to. I'm like, damn, how the fans feel about this part and this part and this part. So those are my two first thoughts. Since it's a short album, I'll go through all 8 songs and tell you some of the things I like and some of the things I didn't, and just give my overall take on the album. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Before we get started, like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. The subscribers are growing every day, even if it's by 1. That's still great. So let's continue to just build this family. So by the end of this year, we could be an astronomical number. So let's get to it. The album starts with Sweet Leaf, and what I take from that's the record dedicated to cannabis, marijuana, weed, whatever you want to call it. Pot, probably what they called it back in those days. What I take from that, dope opener, no pun intended. That guitar riff in there caught me immediately. Again, like I said in the beginning, my favorite part of this album is the guitars. One thing I loved, and I from doing all these reviews on classic rock albums, to say the least, a lot of times they would use the guitar or whatever instrument, guitar and drums for the most part, and it would be the hook. So like in this record they'll do, and that was kind of, it was the guitar riff was repetitive enough where it could play as a hook in a way. I always thought that was cool, and that's the first thing I noticed about this song. Is like, oh, there ain't no hook for real, but that guitar is pretty much the hook. Another part I enjoyed about Sweet Leaf is that towards the middle, the song starts revving up. So the production just, it gets more intense to me, and it's like this masterful battle between like the guitar and the drums, and it's like this. It's what I missed about what rock and roll was. That doesn't exist today, and probably will never come back. Just that combination. If you could hear, like I said, it sounds like a masterful battle between the two. Like, I know it's your solo, but I'm getting something, like type of shit. But it made for some of the best sounding shit I've heard. So that's pretty cool. And then they brought it back. They did all this intense shit, and then they bring it back to what the beat was, and then you hear these Ozzy vocals, and it's like Ozzy vocals deserves a lot of credit too. Even though he's the Prince of Darkness, he's the great. So me saying this means nothing, He already gets the credit that he deserves, but his vocal performance was dope. He just sounded badass. Like, he just sounded like a rebel, if that makes sense. That goes into After Forever. That song has some great lyrics on there. I love that bridge. I read somewhere that they said that they were tired of Black Sabbath being painted as the satanic group, and one of the members was like a real Christian, Geezer Butler. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He was like a real live Christian, and they wrote a song that was pro-Christianity. And I wonder, as Black Sabbath fans, this is only their 3rd album, so that's still pretty much into it a lot. That's 3 years in at least. So as a Black Sabbath fan, especially the ones that, even if that wasn't their intentions, I'm pretty sure they brought along people who didn't believe in God, people who believed in God whatsoever. Like, I'm pretty sure the fan base is that. And they make a song like this on the album. You're like, wait, what? What? Like, how did those fans feel at that time? That had to be a real kicker. Embryo, I thought it was fucking great, and it was only an interlude, instrumental. I love that. I love that whole. I love the production on that record. I wish it was a longer song to go with it with some words, but you know, it is what it is at this point. It still sounded great. Children of the Grave. Their song titles are so crazy. That's a dope song title. Children of the Grave. That's just a dope song title. And that song to me sounds like either destruction or a hero is coming. Like it's no in between. It's like depending on what mood you in, I could be Godzilla in this situation, or I could be Iron Man in this situation. Both still gonna destroy the city in the process. And I read somewhere that the lyrics were pretty much how they live in the world where people do evil stuff over good. Corruption is rampant, greed is rampant. You know, all these bad things, especially coming off of, not coming off, but after forever. You know what I mean? Ozzy said is the song is actually called Awkward, and it's a song about Bill. So I didn't get that. So Black Sabbath fans, let me know if there is any more backstory to that. How is this song about Bill? And yeah, just let me know in the comments, because I couldn't find any more information from that statement that Ozzy said. I was kind of like, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure some fans out there that know. Let me know in the comments, please. And it's a part at around the 4:30 mark in that song that's just bananas. We go into Solitude. Just for its difference of sound compared to everything else, it stood out. Just for its difference of sound, it stood out to me immediately. Compared to everything else that's on here, it had like this slow, somber sound to it that was captivating, to say the least. And it's the first song on here that I feel like it's about love, like a relationship in a way. It's about that heartbreak. And I forget the line he said on here. Where can I go to and what could I do? Nothing can please me. Only thoughts are of you. You just laughed when I begged you to stay. I've not stopped crying since you went away. You went away. You went away. You went away. I'm like, man, if she laughed while I'm asking her to stay, obviously we wasn't meant to be. Don't laugh at my heartbreak. Just from that standpoint, I thought it was a great record, and like I said, it stood out to me immediately from the different vibe, the subject matter that was going on. Because everything else on here seems like you get your weed song, you get your Christ song, you get your anti-Christ song, you get your love song, but all of them like fit pretty much under that hard. They're all hard. like it all fits under there. It seemed like they had to hit a quota: love, God, Satan, drugs, and let's just rock out. And I enjoyed that I really liked that they had flutes on there. I thought that was cool, just to add a small touch to that record. We get to The Void. Into the Void, which is the last record. It sounded like they just said fuck that last song, because that one was so slow and somber, and this one's back to kicking the door down, holding my bottle of whiskey type shit, like rock star life type production. So I just had to chuckle when the next song came on after that. And I read that it was about the environment and how it gets destroyed by society more and more. If they thought these thoughts back then, imagine them in 2022. Global warming is at its peak. And that switch in there was so mean. Like I said, I love their production on here and their switches that they did, and how they could go from one tempo to another tempo and then drop that tempo back down, and it all sounds good. Let me get into my best songs. I usually do 3, but since there's only 8 records on here, I'm just not gonna do 3. I feel like I'll be taking up the whole album. So if I'll pick one, it'll have to be After Forever. Yeah. It was close between After Forever and Children of the Grave. Worst song, Orchard. I'll just go with one of the instrumentals. Best line: when you think about death, do you lose your breath or do you keep it cool? Would you like to see the Pope on the end of the rope? Do you think he's a fool? Well, I've seen the truth, yes, I've seen the light, and I've changed my ways. And I'll be prepared when you're lonely and scared at the end of our days. I just love that part just because, you know, like I said, I didn't grow up in no Black Sabbath age or anything, but what I got from it, I thought from perception that they didn't even care about God. But listening to the music, this is my second album listening to them, and hearing songs like this, you find out, well, okay, I guess I had it wrong. So that's pretty much why I chose that as my favorite line. As far as the rating, fucks given out of 5, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a good strong 4 out of 5. Now let's wrap this up. In closing, when it comes to Black Sabbath, Master of Reality, like I said, I can't stress it enough. I really enjoyed this album. I love the production on here. I love Ozzy's voice. The one thing that stood out to me was the percussion. The drummer was just crazy. The drummer was just out of control. I'm sorry I can't remember his name off the top. Tony... Sorry, don't kill me in the comments. Help me out. It was short. It was straight to the point. It wasn't overproduced. It wasn't. Everything mattered. So I'm anxious to continue this Black Sabbath journey. Which one should I do now? Like, you let me know in the comments. I did Paranoid. This would be Master of Reality. Let me know if there's any more Black Sabbath albums I should review. Also, let me know some of your favorite records on here. And let me know the record you like the least. I know people don't usually ask that to the fans. And don't forget to hit that like button if you made it this far. Hit that subscribe button as well. Help me show up in the algorithms a little bit more. Every like helps. So that's pretty much it. As always, fuck this review. I'm Tatum. Peace.